Assalamu alaikum all. I'm just recording this podcast basically because I felt I need to do this. As you can see, mashallah, that the first day of the new year 2025 is coinciding with the first day of Rajab, mashallah. And Ramadan is due shortly, 1st of March. So you can see that the dates is kind of distinctive and as a blessing. So I'm just wanted to reflect about basically how we feel usually when we feel that Ramadan is coming very soon and what we need to do, and especially now it's preceding by two holy months of Rajab and Sha'ban, and we know that we need to pray and make dua and try our best to welcome Ramadan, and we need to think about how we can reflect about what we have done so far and previous one, and what we can do in order to improve and rectify and self improve ourselves. It's not only about Ramadan, it's about each day in our life and how we can make it the best and improve it. As we know all that in Ramadan, the sense of solidarity and the sense of connection and the sense of act of kindness, compassion, self-respect, it's about how we behaving and how we act with ourselves and to others to make a difference. And it's always associated with lots of dua, a lot of donation. And of course, this is something that we need always to do. It's not only in Ramadan, praying on time. And between each pray and the second one, you can, while you are in your mat, just reflect how you can make the best version of yourself, and if there's something that you don't like about yourself, and how you can improve it. So it's being sincere, authentic, and have integrity with yourself before acting and practicing the kindness and compassion to others. Because some people, they have like two faces, for instance, a public one and the personal one or the private one. So it's about the public persona and the private persona. So both of them, they should be aligned basically with each other, because you can't be something with other people while you are while you are completely different ones when you are in your own self. So you have to have like comfortable in your own skin and being sincere to yourself and what your value and how you can behave in every aspect and every corner of your life, and how you perceive this with yourself in order to have self-respect and align with your value, because both of them they are quite interlinked and can't be separated from each other. Otherwise, you will have like a double face. So, for instance, if you are stressed, if you are drained, if you are tired, if you are hungry, if you are angry, how would you behave? So, all of that kind of actions should be revealing the real person, the real behavior. And it's not only about those kind of things. You shouldn't be like very critical, very hard on yourself, or very strong, or have a strong language in yourself, or speak up harshly, or self-degrading, or just belittling yourself, or doubting yourself, or double guessing, for instance, or just trying to please people and the public figure, and being harsh on yourself when you've been alone, or abusing yourself. And also, if you are not taking or behaving in the helpful way, or not eating the right food, or not making dua when you break your fasting. All that, of course, will count on your ways and your action. So you need to paint a picture in your mind how you can be kind to yourself before being kind to others, because this will lead to emotional instability. And just you need to navigate yourself, see what's your value and how can it align, because we need to be humble in different ways. And it's like your energy, how it can show up. Like, for instance, nowadays we have the social media, we have a lot of people who show up in our reels, on our screens, acting that they are living a different life, like it's beyond imagination, and you might just see and think, oh, this is wow, this is so beautiful, this is so surreal and whatever. But it can't be real sometimes. It just dilute, influence other people's life, maybe negatively as well, and especially on young people, because they might think this is the real life when it's not. So it's like, it's like when someone show up and come on in a hall or walk in a place, and you can see and feel that vibration of the energy, and you can read them, and this is called like energetic signature, and you can tell if they are authentic or not, because a lot of people, they just act. This can be really deluding to some people, because different behavior can show up, whether it's like opening up and inviting to others, or if it's not, like it's deterring. So from that regard, as I say, as we are Muslims, so we pray 5 times sometimes, and each day we need between each pray, we need to set our energy and kindness and dignity and sense of respect by reflecting 5 times per day after each prayer. We need to sit on our mat, make dua, and reflect how I can make a better version of myself and what I have fallen off, and what I want to be, for instance. So we just need to pray with humbleness and with complete khushu'. Also pray with our gazes lowered. You can't pray with your gazes looking everywhere. There's a lot of people sometimes, when I go to the mosque, I see their gazes sometimes when you make 2 prayer of the mosque or of the masjid. You need to keep your gaze lowered and have a complete khushu' and like complete submission to God. So you need to stay in your prayer, and you need to reflect what's that I did not like about myself. How can I rectify it? How can I shift my energy and compassion to the person that I wanted to be? It's like mapping out the self-respect and the act of kindness and the compassion, and how we can also understand our conflicting emotion. Like, for instance, sometimes we can sit with ourselves and think, oh, did I do that rightly? Didn't I do it the way I should be? Like, for instance, nowadays, especially in the West, we know that praying 5 times can be a complete challenge, because sometimes, especially in the winter time, we know that we can gather Dhuhr with the Asr, as the scholar mentioned in the mosques. So sometimes, if there is a must to do so, when you are quite sure that you can't find a place, or maybe you will be somewhere, or maybe you are on the bus or on the train, or maybe traveling somewhere, or maybe, So you need to make sure that you pray. Sometimes you feel that, oh, I'm not doing that right, and you have those kind of guilt. But after all, you made effort to pray. You didn't miss it, because it's very important. How we can define as Muslims is basically by shahada, praying, fasting, give donation, and of course the pilgrim to whom is being able. So we can't be called Muslim if we're not praying on time. So this is very important. And of course the Fajr. There is some scholar mention, I hear this from some people, that, oh, if you are traveling in a car or a train or wherever, you can pray while sitting. I think personally for me, if it's something very impossible, like for instance you are in a bus or in a train, of course you can't find a place. But if you are, for instance, driving, you can't make the excuse unless you are in a motorway or something like this. Maybe you can gather it, as I say, with the dhuhr, but it's something not very frequent, because you can't have it like, this is like your routine. It can't be so, of course. But mashallah, here in the UK, there's a lot of places where you can pray. For instance, the hospitals, always there's a faith room where you can have a multi-faith place, and always there's a small corner with a mat for Muslims. So that's a good opportunity in order not to miss prayer. And for the other reflection you can do, for instance, some people that might feel, oh, I didn't do this rightly, I didn't fast rightly, or I didn't do the perfect Ramadan as I wished, or I didn't pray Fajr as I wished, or I didn't pray, for instance, Isha and Taraweeh as it should be. So you need to make sure to rectify what's that you think it hasn't been the right thing, and of course make it like a routine to read Quran every day. I do that. I mean, in Fridays, for instance, if you have to leave early, you can wake up earlier and read some of the verses of the Quran. Just like a starting of your day, and the rest of the days you can read some shorter ones, or maybe make it like a habit for certain verses. And of course, we know certain verses can be read in certain days. For instance, Kahf and Al-Baqarah, Fridays, and before sleep, Al-Mulk. So those kind of things, you can keep them as a routine. Shouldn't be an issue, shouldn't take long time. And try to aspire for your best version each year, because we have to have our connection to God, and always we need to think about the positive and the negative thing at the same time, in order for us to reflect, to learn, and to balance, and what things that I need to do between each Ramadan to become a better version of myself, and what I have learned and how it's gonna serve me move forward, aligned with my value, and always being thankful that each Ramadan you have witnessed another Ramadan, mashallah, and this is like a blessing to feel our connection to God Almighty, and aspire for the best version of ourselves. I have written a paper about fasting and the benefit of fasting. As we know, mashallah, that now in the West, even non-Muslim, they practice fasting, as it has by evidence proved that it's very good for the health. However, they told sometimes non-Muslim, they ask me, oh, are you fasting? Don't you drink water? And I say, we refrain from everything, but in their mind they think that water is permissible. However, when you fast, you feel complete benefit of that, because your stomach is really, I wouldn't say it's starving, but it's taking rest. And we know that for digestion it takes about 7 to 9 hours. So when we give the opportunity for our tummy to be to be empty of food. That's really very good from health point of view. And I hope by that I will associate the link for the fasting and the benefit of it. I wrote it since some time and it has been published, and I hope it's gonna help others when you read through and to understand the basic understanding of fasting and how it can help our life to lead a better, healthy life. Thank you, and I see you on another podcast.